No,
just say that now, you know, say it no man.
I don't know what to say to start, but I'm going to try it like this, right? We are on the avenue. We are here at Second Rounds on location, where each and every Wednesday we have something for you guys. This is where the brilliant come to discuss and where the not so wise come to improvise. So we call it lehwetalk because this is a space for everybody. And in my company, on the avenue, in Second Rounds for lehwetalk, we have my brother, Itz Rome.
It's wrong.
My brother, Rich Rasta.
Rich.
And Mark Ayen, and we are all contributors to some level in the realm of Carnival and soca. So we're going to discuss the past Carnival, we're going to discuss Carnival and soca in the future, and we are glad to have you guys here. My name is Sekon Sta. Though looking disheveled, I still have vibes. You had to present yourself to the people in the real way. I want to thank everybody in our live audience, because this is the full podcast I know that has a live audience, as you guys say.
Revolutionary, man.
And before I even go any further, I want to thank the sponsors, Elmo Studios. I want to thank Wiggins Effects. I want to thank KJ Lights and Sound. I want to thank Harrington's Holding Limited, as well as many more. So guys, we are here.
We started.
We started. How are you this afternoon?
We're done. All right, I good. Thank
good?
you. Thanks, Elmo and the whole team, Second All, for having me here today. Now
All right. It's in so formal,
You know what? Let me say congratulations, bro. Because this is a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. When you open?
I opened in December.
Right, so you survived Christmas, you survived Carnival, and you have a sign, brand new sign, yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
got the
it's
sign.
January. So in February.
In February.
So that means you survived 3 months as a restaurant owner. Big up you.
Thank you very much.
Now, seriously, big up you. That's a big deal.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
So the question I want to put on the floor for anyone to answer firstly. How was Carnival?
Carnival was nice, man. This was one of the better seasons that we've seen. We saw an increase in visitor arrivals from last year to this year.
Oh, you know this?
So,
Because
got the party stats.
Before the start.
Yes.
Yes, you see a business owner, you ain't paying attention.
The party stats. So we saw visitor arrivals increase over from last year to this year. We saw an increase in number of patrons at events from the Promoters Association side of things. I mean, we haven't gone back to pre-COVID levels yet, but we're on our way back there. So even though it was a short carnival season, we saw a lot of events. We were sold out, and we see patrons coming out in their numbers. So in terms of that, it was a good season. For me personally, I had a good season myself. In terms of coming off of Christmas into Carnival, I had one of the songs that I released. I only released 2 songs this season. One was Early Bird, and then I had Rum Girl and Money. Rum Girl and Money.
That's a big one.
You were on that rhythm as well too, the TTPA rhythm, Shout Sex, Mr. Nevon. And I got some decent radio airplay. I mean, what was a bit disappointing is that it didn't translate into the fets. But
you had one of the biggest events for the whole Carnival Christmas season, Parang with Rome.
Well, right.
That's on Sunday, right?
Yeah. So that was a success. That was a great success, Parang with Rome. But in terms of the Carnival season, I know a lot of the patrons were complaining that they were hearing the same soca songs in the fets over and over and over.
I hear the beat that topic.
That topic?
That was a big complaint.
That was a big topic.
Yeah.
Are you living, right?
No, I have been
really boy.
busy. But I would say I have something I can speak on that. In terms of my belief, the reason why is because the channels to getting music to people have changed. And consumption is now on social media. And how generally it works is social media is consensus. So the 1 or 2 songs that are popular is what people will share and get around. And a lot of DJs, especially younger DJs, the inexperienced ones, do not know how to put forward the brand new music. So they play one that kind of popular and then they go back into their safe zone. And it's a requirement of the artist to go out there and push their song even more than before, as well as the more experienced DJs who I saw taking the risk to introduce music and get the little, you just call it the big stone, the kotai, in the early part of the season. And then later on, the momentum picked up. That's why I believe it was one of the causes of a lot of the same songs playing in effect. It's just that a lot of people didn't have confidence. And the reason why it lacked confidence, because once upon a time, when Boxing Day reached, soca switch happened, everybody is already locked in listening to radio. But as we see, the social media space has taken over. Most people get their stuff from
I'm glad you say Boxing Day. I'm glad you say Boxing Day.
It's not Boxing Day?
No, yeah, normally, right? most soca artists they drop their song before Christmas, like your main song. In past, only boy could drop a song after Christmas and it busts.
Right.
Meaning, no new soca artist could drop a song after Christmas and it's gonna pick up before from Boxing Day to Carnival Monday. And
That was low. That was low once upon a time.
Right. So obviously now you have to drop your music early. You have to. You have no choice but to drop your music early when the road clear. When it have nothing else there, and they're going to beat them early to catch. One of the biggest song for Carnival dropped October maybe 14th or something.
That was DNA.
Right, DNA.
No,
Right, so my question, I want to jump in inside of here, right? But hey, near what you're saying here. So, I speaking on behalf of band leaders and mass bands outside here, because I represent it. And I will probably say that I represent in excess of 200 and something of them. So you're trying to say that the music should drop from band launch season in essence. So you're trying to say from band launch season, we'll say August. That's what you're trying to say. That
August, you say?
yeah, but that's prime time for band launch season is
August
July.
too early.
I asked you that question at the point.
No, yeah, August too
so
early
is it that
because-
it should drop at that time.
I think August too early because I was just using this past Carnival as an example.
So you're against the soca all year round.
No, I'm saying August too early to expect your song to live from August to February. That is a high
Well, I
expectation.
asked you already the soca.
Because, okay, so DNA had a competitor in road match, right? Which was Carnival contract. And people assume the DNA released early, so it will die down. And it didn't die down, but Carnival contract gave it a little run for its money. So I'm saying that to say, if he had released DNA a little, like, closer to November, there would have been no question.
I entirely disagree with you.
Really?
I entirely disagree.
No,
Because I think that there is no predictable time to put out a song. He could have put out the exact same song in November and would have gotten no traction. Just because at that point in time, so many eyes may have been on other people's content as well now. I'm not saying this song is not a good song, but what me and Private Rand was discussing just the other day, like he did a mixtape called Post Carnival Read. And I was listening to it, I was like, but it had all these good songs. But what they did not have was the ears and the eyes. And I'm just saying that it could have been possible that he could have released later and he would not get the ears.
Well, it goes back to your point.
When he released, there was nothing around. There was probably
Correct.
one or two things around.
Correct.
Right. And his presentation was so good. Especially when there was nothing around, that everyone literally said, this is the song. He got the consensus. Because at the time when he released, if he could have come in November,
Remember, you have to have a
watch
fan base, as an artist. You have to have your fan base.
yes, and he was building it from before.
Right, so yeah, you have to have a fan base. As a bigger artist, a more established artist, you have a bigger fan base. Bungie have a bigger fan base. You have to say, give Jack a chance. That's why Boy could release a song in January and it get big in February because of his fan base. His fan base is international and we look forward to that one song. So if you don't have a fan base, you have to drop early. You have to drop early. Hit the road, go to all the radio stations, go to all the podcasts, go to all the interviews. You have to do way more work as an unknown artist earlier, before all the established artists come with their fan base. Because they're going to be requesting the song, they're going to be on. Look at Nadia Batson Market. That song was very big in September. Extremely big.
She didn't drop it in August.
I'm not sure.
It was really, the market opened really.
August, October, September. It was huge. Then DNA dropped. And the song, it didn't die off.
No, market big full run.
No, I beg to differ with that one. Markets stand the ground at the entire season.
Yeah, it run.
At the junior band of the year, I have children requesting market.
To cross the stage?
To cross the stage. I tell you that us.
I believe you.
Or market is what they are.
But it wasn't a soul in the
Now I say a
conversations.
different.
No, but it wasn't
I beg to
designed for the
differ,
road.
boy. Nah,
Yeah,
it was in
fair
every
enough.
fret. Every fret that I work in,
No,
she was inside
of course.
it.
I'm not saying,
Smashing up every fed, by the way.
She mashed up every
I'm not saying she wasn't in every track. What I'm saying is, when you drop the song, soca have a shelf life.
Not really, you
Well,
know.
boy,
Brother.
nah, That market
Soca don't have a
party shelf life.
I disagree entirely.
What was the biggest song last year?
No, hold on. Something I observed this year, right? And I actually was talking to my DJ friends about it, which is unique to this. So everybody talking about the negative things about this time, right? This era. There was a few songs and blah, 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 right? But this is actually the first time that I could come with a last year song and perform it in September, and people act as though it's fresh. Because it's so little music infiltrating that when you have one or two that infiltrate, they act like a fresh. For instance, I have a song called No Petty Behavior. In January, February, that was no big true. That was no big. Anywhere I go with that song to date, people just lose their mind. Right. Why? Because the songs have more shelf life to me right now. Like when people learn something and they assimilate it, it's like a dare to say, correct me if I'm wrong, Elmo, but that has been my experience. Like, people know I wasn't in Carnival that much this year. I sang all my old songs like they were brand new.
No, but you have old hits, bro. There's a difference.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, how much songs you release?
Okay.
How much songs you release?
That is a unique conversation.
No, I know you released more than 7 songs.
No, right. But how much did I release or producers release,
Well,
and
yeah,
I wasn't really a part of it?
You wasn't plenty with them.
So there's a big difference. Because when I release, I just catch. When producers release and I tell them, no, when I release and I behind it, it is work. But when a producer release and I tell them, bro, come on, let me do it this way, blah, 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 he listens to me. Sometimes it's fall by the wayside, and this is something that men had to understand. I seen it in big, I call them in big and tell them, I real good music basis here because I don't have the time to go behind it. So when I say, and that might have sound like a gloating, but I have put in work. I know what it requires to take a song from ground zero. And so long as the song have a little juice in it, squeeze all the juice out of it. But they don't listen to me. They just want to release because they in their mind, they have a date and they want to drop. And probably Rome say he need the song and the whole rhythm at the drop. Honestly, what I've been doing recently, this is not a true situation. I just say probably Rome needs. I'm telling you straight up, go to the rhythm, and when I'm ready, I go release.
Second, you would say you are top 10 soca artists in the country?
Not right now, but I had my time.
In general? What do you mean?
What do you mean? No.
Like name
not this year. Not this year. Not this year.
Name of 10 soca artists.
I would say not this year.
Going to be called?
Not this year. And I accept that.
You sure, boy?
I will get you.
Bro, I talk about name, name 10 soca artists. You don't think your name going to be called?
Not right now.
I beg
because people have a recency bias. I would not say that. I could call 10 names in hotter right now.
What you say? What you think?
Hennessy Breeze. Hennessy Breeze. You can walk up on it. You can walk up on it.
I had to ask Rome this question. You don't think he's a top 10 soca artist?
But how do you see this?
I mean, his name will get, this is one, Hennessy.
Yeah. Hennessy. You have a Hennessy and a don't see. You have a Hennessy don't see. He is celebrating Lent.
All right, cool. We can take back this.
Okay, I will get back to you.
Yes, we don't support water and coconut water here in second rounds. You know, when they come here, this is called a Hennessy Breeze. I have no idea what the contents are, but after we'll talk to the bartender and he'll explain it to us. But yeah, on the topic of top 10, if you guys feel so, I feel very privileged. At this point in time, I do not feel like that.
No, what I was saying, I was making a point that you are a top 10 and you still have to work super hard. You still have to, you say the song have a juice, you have to work crazy hard.
You had to work hard, you had to show, you had to go by fireworks, only fireworks in the sky.
So what's our second in the top 10 bar winners?
Right now, I believe that there's a momentum with second rounds and it's up to the people. A lot of people don't even know about second round still, so I just have to be humble and hope that they come and try out my Hennessy Breeze and all that stuff. But on the avenue, in terms of the bar and the look and stuff, I would confidently say in terms of that, definitely top 10.
Well, a lot of foreigners was talking about it.
I know the foreigners came and they gave me real love. Like all the foreigners came, I could proudly say, I could confidently say is I was the bar Carnival.
Yeah.
I could guarantee say that. And now we're going to work to be the bar of summer.
Yes,
we're going to work to be the bar of Easter and all that thing. But I could
So let me
confidently
ask
say
you a serious question here, and I realize everybody just touching around it here because I know that's the real question inside here. I am a band leader and all the artists inside here. What's this mafia thing all they're talking about that maybe existent or non-existent still inside here?
Here's the problem.
I want to hear from the artist himself and the
Here's the problem with that question, right? You're sitting down talking to people who don't believe there's a mafia.
Well,
I do not believe there's a mafia.
I asked
I absolutely.
I know I had a
why you do
conversation
believe
with
it,
Rome this week.
Because when I put out the video about the soca mafia, yeah, it stirred up a lot of discussion. So why you would say there's no soca mafia?
So what I've recognized in life and in business and even soca, there's a lot of entitlement, right? And people believe that when they put out a song, they're just supposed to put it out and just leave it there. And the song, because it's a good song, they pick it up, the radio stations all play it because it's all fair and all fine and all dandy. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. If people start to recognize themselves for what they are, which is a brand, one most important thing, well, there are some important things, which will be the marketing of the brand, what the actual product is that you're selling, and how you make that product relatable to your customer, right? So for instance, take for instance Red Bull. Red Bull, this tastes like medicine, right? It's not the best tasting drink. They know that. So what they do, they position it as energy. They make it exclusive, they make it expensive. So when they drink it, they actually feel as though you have something that is, doing something for you, which it does. But it's not the best tasting drink. You sell it as though you know how to sell the product. They push the product. They do fruit tag. They do all these things. F1 racing to show you that this is the brand, right? Soca artist, for instance, me, Sekon Sta, right? When I put on my music, once upon a time, nobody took it on. So you know what I did? I jumped on a plane. I went to Barbados, and I started to write for all the artists, and I showed my work outside. So when people come and they see the quality of the product, they see the product doing something, they say, nah, boy, we had to come back and support Sekon Sta. People don't even remember it's Barbados. I was
Yeah, you link with Baba.
I linked with Baba.
Right.
Because men wasn't giving me the chance in Trinidad. But it wasn't that they fighting me down,
So to make sure you don't believe...
It was not fight down.
No, you don't believe there's a mafia.
No. You have to, at the end of the day, when
Prove yourself.
you had to push your product. You had to show your product have value. You can't just think of man want sell your thing for you. No, you had to go out there and show people the worth of it.
All right. I can talk now? There's 100% of soca mafia.
I disagree entirely.
100%. And I'm gonna be real. It's not one mafia. It's not one. It's not one. All right.
But any business
hold on. All right. I think mafia is too strong of a word because we have a fraternity. We barely have an industry. We don't have no iTunes chart. We don't have a lot of things. So to say mafia is to say a strong word. We have cliques.
Yeah, for sure, it's not clicks.
And if we're going to say mafia, it have plenty of DJ groups on WhatsApp that they send songs in and not playing that. And I know you know about that.
I actually don't know about that.
You're lying.
No, I swear to God, I don't know about that.
You're lying.
I swear to God, I don't know about that.
You're lying.
But
so
I
you work on the radio.
Right, but I nothing of
Second,
Ding Dong in groups.
Better.
I just find out from Ding Dong. You don't know nothing?
Well, I saw the chat. You see the chat?
What chat?
You see the chat?
The mafia chat?
You see the chat?
That is the most nonsense I've ever seen.
Anyway, so I'm saying that we have clicks, bro.
It always have clicks in all
So
business.
that is the mafia. I just saying mafia is a strong word to use.
But there are clicks in every business.
Better, okay, so, all right, let me put it this way. You release your song, hold on, you release your song, right? And let me say the top 50 prominent DJs in the country. Yes. And one of your DJ, all artists DJ, most artists DJ working on a radio station. Your DJ send it in the group, crickets. Or, by that real shit, I'm not playing that. Where you call that? If that's not the mafia, where is it?
That is not the mafia.
What it is?
That is not the mafia. Okay, so that is, they don't have confidence in your product. Okay, so for instance, when Hershey's is going on the market, any product is going on the market, they go and they literally sample the product. It is not up to the grocery. They go to the grocery and they say,
right.
hey, look at the product,
I'm not saying, no, listen.
Why you go to the promoter and say, promoter, hold on. Why do you go to the promoters and say, hey, what? I mightn't be able to do the big fat. I mightn't be able to do things and nothing. But you have a little small thing.
This is not about the solution. We just want to establish that there is people in the country that fighting artists.
Yeah, that is not fight.
What do you mean?
That is not
all right, fair enough. Is this fight? Let me ask you a question. Panel, discussion, bands, whatever. Yeah. Artist name coming up. Nah, he not performing on nothing.
Why?
Nobody knows why. He just saying.
But I cannot say in this one. I can't say as a telling you.
I have had a bad experience.
If we have big events for the season, if it is your song is not one of the prominent songs, we are not going to hire you.
Cool.
No. He's talking about something different.
Listen, what I know related to the fact that you're saying is, The only fact that we are hiring you is because your song is one of the good songs.
Facts.
Not because we choose and we don't like here.
No,
it's not a matter about if you
right,
like
you're
or don't like.
you're picking
Nah, I can't like
up
I don't like.
You're picking up. No, hold on.
I beg to differ
you're
with that.
picking up
Because
right?
Nah, I have something like
it
I
is a
don't like.
matter of
But that's not
dollars and
mafia.
cents and pointing time
Alright,
and second.
I'm not
Don't do
calling
that.
no names yet. I don't want no bacchanal. Meaning I don't want no bacchanal. I ain't want
But I know where you're going. I know.
I'm just saying, I have been privy to information where panels, fed coming up or event coming up, and artist now he not performing yet. Why? Nah, I just not on you.
But I'm not fight though.
What is that then?
That is not fight.
What is it?
Okay, so fight.
Give my word.
Okay.
Give my
Okay.
word. Define
Why-
it.
What is
why
this
you
reason
feel-
for not
But why
performing
you feel they have to hire the
Yeah, why?
No, I'm not saying they have to. This is not a. We just establishing the fight. I'm not
No,
saying.
I wouldn't say
I'm not
it's a
saying
fight,
this.
you know.
What
I
is
would
up?
say
It is not
everybody
the
had a
artist's
preference.
responsibility.
Of course, I'm not. Hey, listen. This is not about the solution. Because what I am saying is, even if it have a mafia, that does stop me.
But that's why.
No, but what I'm saying
Hey,
is,
hey, listen.
That's what I'm
We establishing the fight.
Yeah.
I am saying, even if it have a mafia, that shouldn't stop you as an artist.
we are saying that.
It shouldn't stop
Okay,
you.
so what is
Find
the
a different
mafia?
way.
Let us clearly define what we think the mafia is. What is the mafia? Clearly define it.
Power. You have the
Everybody,
power.
then I as a mafia.
Yeah,
Nah, man,
No,
nobody could just come and sing here just so.
Well, second, how much mafia does it have in the world? In terms of what the word is, it never had one mafia. It have Gambia. How much gangs it have? How many gangs? And every gang have power. So you have your own mafia. Everybody
I think-
have.
I think-
And
I think
mafia is
I
too
think the
strong
word.
of a word.
I think the word mafia is a
But
problem.
the what say is too strong.
Yeah,
of a word.
that might be the
It
problem
is too
there.
exactly.
Because okay, for instance, right, young DJs want to come here all the time. They just walk in and be like, "Hey, as a DJ, I have a laptop. I can come Friday and play, or give me a chance." Now. You hear that? Come Friday and play, give me a chance. Now. Friday is my biggest night. The people coming to here, they want experience. People like, "I can't do that."
That's
And when they
different.
tell them, hold on, and when
That's
they tell
different.
them, no, you have to prove your
But
worth.
people
But
gonna
when they
say-
tell them,
people gonna say they fighting
when they
them
tell
down.
them, them DJs might say fighting them down. But when they say, here's what, come show on a Tuesday and do all the shit,
We ain't
they
talking
think that's
about-
an insult.
I'm
But
not
I've never
talking
known
about.
of you before.
I'm not talking about
I've
not
never
giving
known of you
somebody without a resume a job. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
But artists without a hit
Brother,
is
I'm
like
talking about established artists like yourself, and let me say somebody having the biggest events in the country and they just don't like you.
But that's fine. Show your own big
But you
events.
got- it-
I
It's
so
second,
confused.
you see, you get what you're getting confused.
No, but why you feel they just wouldn't like a
Why,
artist?
yeah.
No, there's that.
Brother, we
This
don't mean
man
it's
talking
Trinidad
to my
movement.
girl. Or
It's Trinidad.
he's to this my
You
girl. Boy,
You jam a child mother don't like you. You have things I have, but you have things I want, but I don't like.
And we don't like, I don't like him. I tell that.
Brother,
No,
what you
that,
talking
but
about?
that is not really a soca mafia, though. That is
I just like.
That's a life mafia.
So all in listening to me, I am saying one mafia is too strong of a word. Two,
Right.
I'm saying people, let me call it the gatekeepers then. It have plenty different gates, plenty different threats, plenty different avenues. Now, let me make this point very clear. Even if it have clicks and people who not on here,
This is real good, by the way.
that should not stop you as the artist from finding your way. Find your own way. Find your own way.
So
Have your
why
own events.
why I brought up that whole conversation, and I was glad I brought it up, even though I get big backlash for it on social media, right? It sparked the conversation, and a lot of artists came out and approached me to tell their story, right, as to how they were being fight down, which a lot of the things that I didn't know. Now, I would admit from the stories that I've heard, there seemed to have been a quote-unquote soca mafia
Back in the day. Yeah.
when they only had a few.
So
radio
that's acknowledging the mafia past, but not the present one.
Well, I will explain.
that
I will
there's the
explain as you go
potential to
along.
have
So
one, yeah.
back in the day, when there was the absence of social media, you really had your only way of getting your music heard out there was through the radio, and they only had a few radio stations. So if the top radio, and not all the radio stations were playing soca in the first place, there's only a few radio
Yeah,
stations were playing soca. So therefore, you had the capability of one or two people in powerful positions who could have run a mafia, as they say, who could block you, and that's what happened in the past from stories that men come and give me, right?
Correct.
So men come and say, well, it had certain men in certain positions. Back then, they still exist now in the industry.
Correct.
Back then, they used to block men. It had certain artists and all who had power, who would say, I'm not performing on this stage if this man performing.
Correct.
and they would block you from getting to perform.
I was victim to that already.
That is not second,
But
that is
hold
the
on,
point
that
I'm
is
trying
not
to
the
make.
mafia, that is
Right.
life.
Okay. Yes, we're not using the word mafia.
No, so
but
back
people in
then,
power.
them fellas had a lot more power than they have now.
No,
Because
facts.
now,
Because of the radio.
with the number of radio stations, it
And social
lessen
media.
that. And plus social,
And social
media.
media.
It lessen that. So it's not saying that it don't exist still, because as you rightfully say, it are cliques.
Correct.
It are little pockets of people who will fight here.
We have to just acknowledge the
whatever.
fight.
So, no, but what I'm saying is I think a lot of people, a lot of the artists who came to me and say, well, they're getting fight and everything, a lot of people, when I look at it, they feel as though their lack of success or a reason why they're in boss or a reason why the song them popular this year or this season was as a result of a collective group of people fighting them now. And what I'm trying to show people is that one collective unit that they say
argue with you there. So why saying is right? All we have to do is acknowledge the fight and move past that. So if you know,
But I still won't call that mafia.
hold on. You had a post on Facebook.
I feel like you
A
probably
past
would.
post, right? About some DJ saying, if you want your song play, 500 for the month,
Right, a whole breakdown.
right. I don't want, you ain't calling no names, you ain't saying no station. But where you call that? Money for
That's called payola.
airplay, sorry.
That's payola, that's illegal.
No, that is,
That's illegal.
that what the mafia is do.
No, the mafia doesn't do that.
Second, what you telling me?
No, that is
Money in exchange for money in exchange for guns?
No.
Illegally?
I can promise you,
That's
every
what-
radio
that's
station
what-
that I've worked
That's what the
on,
mafia
I
is
never
doing.
really see that. No, but
every radio station I've worked on, every radio station I've worked on, if that is to come up, the person immediately loses their job.
That person lose their job?
That person wasn't from Trinidad. That was a US based.
Yes, that will happen. Nah,
Well, all the names was blocked out. I didn't know it was.
And my superiors would be entirely offended because first thing first, you had to watch radio as a business. Any DJ or announcer taking money directly from the business, correct, is a problem. And the next thing is radio does not sell music; they sell advertising. So that all that is back. That show loss work. That is sure.
No, but that we don't really see that. We don't really
I have
see.
never seen that.
Well, I was
Really
very
seen
surprised.
Never
Because
seen
when I
that.
see 500, I said, I real fucking shit.
I will say though, when I was a young artist,
see one man say that.
500
I say, but I fighting myself.
no.
The best if you
But you Rich Rasta.
Come on.
My brother. But what I would say though is when I was trying to bust, there was somebody who tried to get me to pay them for play, and I laughed in the face. I won't call names, but I did laugh at them. But that person is not the mafia, that's just an idiot.
But it's against us DJs who go after female soca artists and tell them
No, that is
pass something and
disgusting.
Producers,
Like my friend,
producers will say, yeah, pass a little flesh and you get
you know I have a
to
big
jump on
problem
the
with that,
song.
right? You know
Well, I
I
was
have a
saying
big
is
problem
not-
with
What's the difference with going to a party now and paying money to pull up a song?
Brother, nah, you're on
What's the
shit.
difference? Eh?
That is,
that. Die party mafia.
You understand? It's going on real bad right now. Who tried? DJs is leaving with 1,000 plus.
Nothing wrong with that.
What? I just
that is a Jamaican culture that we have adopted.
I would have
And I have
loved
no problem with that. I don't
I
have no
tell
problem with that. I
like-
don't, I'm people I'm saying that's something totally different.
Alright.
But if a man come and say and say, dog, I realize you ain't boss yet. You might live 5,000 and you're safe.
What is he doing for that
What are you
5,000?
doing for that 5,000?
Beating your tune on the radio?
That can help you.
That can help you.
I don't know about that.
Room just
That
explain
can help you.
that.
My song beat on the radio
Yeah.
for the whole Carnival season.
Yeah, one station.
That's
But
not true.
if you paying one man $5,000, he have one ship.
You're feeling going to distribute it.
He
Now
can't-
ask him what you
yeah.
going to do. Because you might take the money and distribute the
This
pay
man working 1 to 3 on a Monday to Friday on the
he
radio.
can't help you.
Unless
If
you
you
pay
pay
it.
that, you have to
Them
pay.
hours nobody.
I hear men saying, all right, it are 38 radio stations here, but it have a top 5 when it comes to urban who does play soca. That means if you want that, you want to cook up your own mafia and pay DJs, you have to pay men, the man who working 6 to 9, the man who working 9
Correct.
to 12, the man
Right,
who working 12 to 3, the man who working 3 to 6, and the man who working 6. You have to pay 5 DJs.
But one you pay
per
5,000
station.
for 1 to 3
In
can't
fact,
pay
you
enough.
got to pay 25 DJs. Also.
Honestly, and I just a businessman. If I didn't pay, bro, I pay the program director. I pay the boss. I ain't paying him.
No, but they won't take your money, you know. You know, I've seen situations. So I've seen situations where people
I
have
just say no,
like
I will
real
pay.
money. I've seen situations where people have real money and they go to my superiors, and my superiors will say, "Here's what: do an event and advertise your event on the station, and that is how you will pay for the ads. So you're not paying for play, you're paying for ad space. And that might even guarantee a song play, but you will guarantee that you have an ad that your song in that play.
Second, you're confirming the mafia.
That's not mafia.
That's business.
Yeah, it is.
That's business.
What the mafia is?
No, remember that.
You think I would advise any
I just
artist who
gave them
feel as though you're getting fight down and you're thinking playing and you're in boss and all of that? Second made a good point in terms of artists release music, put it outside there, and you expect the song to just run on its own.
Without doing work.
No work, no marketing behind it. Let me give you a perfect example of people think now you just release a tune and it run. But even back in the day, it's how a man called Crazy, all know Crazy.
Uncle Crazy, right?
Crazy, when Crazy was releasing, back then it was records. When Crazy released his album, a record, I heard of this and I saw the picture. Crazy came into Port of Spain riding on a horse bareback to advertise that he releasing a
Marketing.
album. And that is part of his marketing. In our days now, I saw Swappy come with a bed and rest of mattress
I show that marketing.
Yeah,
No, but everybody spoke about
No,
it.
you're right. You're right.
That's-
You're 100% right.
creating a buzz
Yeah,
around
like
it.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to say one more thing there.
Mm.
Ginger. But, bro, I don't know the young lady. I don't know nothing about she. I just say, you could have amazing marketing, but you had to have something good to market.
Exactly.
All in all.
So the first thing is having a good tune.
Correct.
So that I advise any artist is content is king. You first have to have a good tune.
The product gotta be
Right, so
good.
the product gotta be good. The second thing is the marketing behind it.
No, but some marketing
And
does
interesting
damage
is
the
the
product
distribution.
because you don't want your product to come across as a joke. And I think that's a fine line.
No, but in the world we living in now, bro, when you get your 5 minutes, yeah, to shine.
Nah, no,
You gotta make it work.
Nah,
You gotta
no,
make it
I
work.
had this discussion, right? Okay, so this is what where so Teja, I don't want to call names, but Teja is the perfect marketing to show people that this is a high quality product as an artist. And then it have somebody who was working with Teja, then my boy, he has come across a little more kicksy and whimsical. And,
Who's that?
nah, it's not Wadix, it's not Ding Dong. You go see it and know what I'm talking about. And I was a playboy, I feel like I'll give myself in some trouble. This one, yeah.
Who is this, boy?
No.
Nah, yeah, you go on. Yeah,
Nah.
I have no clue.
This
I-
boy has so much
I know you
potential
want
to be serious, right? But he's just not serious. And people don't take him serious.
Second.
You always do some stupidness.
Well,
So, yeah,
give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
Nah, that was brother. People they know. That boy is so talented. That boy is we in here right now.
Alright, well.
Here's what. I think this Hennessy breeze it to me, so